The substitute teacher who changed my whole view of school. One winter in high school, our regular English teacher was out for a week. Normally, this would have been the highlight of the semester. Everyone loved sub days because they usually meant busy work or movies. Most substitutes just sat behind the desk, handed out worksheets, and prayed we wouldn't eat them alive. But then we met Mr. Reynolds. He walked into class carrying a guitar case. That alone was unusual enough to get everyone's attention. He set it down gently, looked at us with this mischievous grin, and said, "Good morning. We're still doing Shakespeare this week, but we're going to do it my way." We all groaned. Shakespeare was already painful with our normal teacher. Why would a sub make it any better? But then he opened the case, pulled out a beat-up acoustic guitar, and strummed a chord. And without missing a beat, he started singing Romeo and Juliet like it was a folksy ballad you'd hear around a campfire. At first, the class laughed. Like, really laughed. It was so absurd watching a grown man turn tragic lines into sing-alongs. But after a few minutes, we noticed something strange. People who normally doodled or slept through class were actually paying attention. A couple of kids even started humming along. By Wednesday, half the class could recite passages word for word, because they'd been stuck in our heads as songs. On Thursday, he had us write short scenes of our own, and instead of groaning, people actually leaned in because suddenly, it wasn't about memorizing lines, it was about playing with language. I'll never forget what he said on Friday. After he closed the guitar case for the last time, literature doesn't have to be boring, you just have to feel it. Years later, I barely remember the details of Shakespeare's plays. I don't recall every book we studied, or half the essays I wrote, but I will never forget that one week with a substitute teacher and a guitar. Because he showed me something no test or textbook ever had. Sometimes joy teaches better than rules.